It's when we meet life head on, fully, with all the uncomfortableness that it brings, that we have the opportunity and the chance to live fully alive. We have all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, 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 beloveds. So, the idea that life is always trying to love you. And this was so profound on my journey. I even had it tattooed onto me because it changed everything. This way of being in relationship, right, with life. I talk a lot about relationship because everything is all about how you are relating to the world around you, how you're relating to yourself, how you're relating to your environment, how you're relating to the other people that are in your environment, the circumstances that are occurring. Everything is relationship. Like, I have a relationship with my running shoes, right? It's a deep relationship that I have. They are the correct pair for me. I've tried many. I love the color of them. I love the way they fit. I love the way I run in them. It's a relationship. They're not just a pair of shoes. They're a part of my life, right? I have a relationship with my morning cup of coffee. It doesn't just happen. It's not by accident that I make it the way I do with the cashew date milk and that's homemade, and then the way that I brew the espresso for it. Like, that's not an accident. That's a relationship. This is the way that I like it. And the way my coffee likes me, right? And my running shoes, they love me. They are an extension of my life. And so when we can look at life through this lens, right, where you are in relationship with everything that is occurring in your life, what you can see is that life is always loving you, or it's trying to. We're the ones that put up the barriers and block it and keep it out and judge it and make it right or wrong, or just get into all these interesting versions of relationship with what is happening and what is occurring. When true sort of freedom comes, when we recognize that it's just a relationship, and then we have the power to decide, how do we want to relate to what is happening, right? And this is true of everything. The things that you love in your life, but especially the things that you wish away, especially the things that you wish were different. Because life is just going to continue happening. We cannot stop it. We cannot muscle and through enough. We can't control it. We can't contort ourselves hoping, worrying, praying for it to be different, because it's not going to be different. Life is alive and it's occurring. What becomes empowering right, is when you decide how are you in relationship to what is happening. Are you anxious? Are you stressed? Are you worrying? Are you trying to control? Are you moving the pieces around and then moving them again and losing sleep at night and overeating or undereating or biting your nails or working out extra hard, whatever those things are, right? Turning to a glass of wine after work every night. These are all the things we are doing that are getting in the way of our relationship to life. It's when we meet life head on, fully, with all the uncomfortableness that it brings, that we have the opportunity and the chance to live fully alive. Not shielded by our vices and our things that stop us from feeling, right? Not showing up numb, not showing up out of our bodies, not showing up spinning in our heads and our emotions, but really centered, grounded in the truth of who you are, showing up for a relationship and deciding how you want that relationship to be. And I know if you've been listening for any length of time or working with me, you know that one of the things that I say is that life doesn't get easier because life is always happening. Things are happening. What gets easier is your ability to stand inside and walk through the happenings, knowing that you are capable of caring for yourself and walking through with grace, right? This is actually what changes. Life doesn't change. People, places, circumstances, all those things are going to continue to happen. I mean, I woke up this morning and was reading about the floods in Texas, and we can't stop that from happening. There's no amount of worrying or controlling that would prevent that disaster and those precious lives that were taken, that were lost in that event. We cannot drink that away, eat that away, exercise that away. Things will happen. But what we can do is decide what we are a stand for. We can decide what we are going to make this life mean. What are the values that we are going to hold closely to our beings? And what are the steps we are going to take moment by moment to live into them? What are we here to cultivate for each other, for the world, for humanity, for all the beings, right? This purpose, this passion, we can hold this close. And instead of holding worry close and control close, when we hold our purpose close, when we hold our values close, when we hold what it means to live sacredly, right? Choosing everything as sacred, knowing that life is always trying to make you wake up. I think it's Eckhart Tolle that says, life is not here to make you happy. Life is here to make you conscious. Because ultimately we are conscious beings that have just evolved into unconscious beings. And the journey of life is to wake up and to remember. And life does this by loving us alive, by taking all these moments, and they are happening and they are for us and they're for our expansion and for our awakening. And when we can look at the trials, the challenges, the obstacles that arrive before us in our day, when we can look at them as sacred, when we can embrace them and pull them closer and dive into how we can learn from them. What can we do? What stand can we take for something different? And how can we choose to move towards these uncomfortable places in ourselves rather than run away from them? This really is the beauty. This is where everything becomes sacred. It's when you know that all those uncomfortable feelings inside you are sacred and you are here to love them and they are here to love you into consciousness, into being awake, into being in relationship with yourself, right? Because for me, this path has always been about who am I? I wasn't always conscious that that was it, but it has been this turning towards myself and the pain and the trauma and the things that were just so hard to manage. It's the turning towards those things that has changed me, that has stretched me, that has grown me, that has allowed for the not self to fall away so that the no self arrives, right? Like we live in the place of the no self when the not self disintegrates. But we have to be willing to put our attention on the not self, on the uncomfortable, on the programs, the stories, the patterns, all the things. We have to be willing to turn towards life and turn towards ourselves and really, really go inward, right? It's an embodied practice. The reason our brand is awakened, embodied, empowered is because this is the path, right? It's not just about awakening and going up and out and into the cosmos and having all the incredible experiences. It's like, yes, that is a huge part of it, right? We have to know that we are bigger than just this body. But we can't do a lot out there. But when we become embodied, when we decide to turn inward, to go deep into who we are, into our psyches, into the places that hurt the most. This is where our intuition starts to flourish. The true knowing of who we are begins to unfold. And then from that place, we can actually become empowered to do something and make change in our life and in the world and for our families and for all the things that we hold dear. But it doesn't come from butting heads with life. It comes from knowing that every moment is here to love you. And that it's your choice about how you're relating to the moments that really makes the difference, that moves the needle, that changes the path. And again, something I love to say is you are always on the path. You are never not on the path. So even if that turning towards yourself and the uncomfortableness takes longer, it doesn't mean that you're off your path. It means that this is a valid part of your path. This is a part where you are learning to let the path love you. And you are learning to love the path in its meandering, sort of all over the place kind of way that paths can be, right? And I speak of this from my own journey of my path that seemed to be taking me in so many different directions that I didn't understand and didn't want to be. And one of my favorite quotes during that time for many years was a quote by Hafiz, and it says, "The place you are right now, God circled on the map for you." I had this hanging over my computer for years because I needed to be reminded every chance I could because I was pushing against life. I didn't want to let life in because I was afraid of feeling. I was afraid of what I would feel if I actually let life love me, because so much of my life had been about running away from what I felt and numbing what I felt and hiding it and burying it and being all sorts of a drama queen about it, right? Because drama deflects. Drama says, I'm going to take my pain and I'm going to put it out on you so I don't have to deal with it. And these are all viable coping skills until they're not, right? Until we know that it's time for something different. Until we know that we're here for something different and that we're ready. I don't like the word ready. We are willing to feel something different, right? Very few times in life do I think that we're ready for things, but that's irrelevant. Being ready is neither here nor there. The thing that moves the needle, the thing that actually gains traction in your life is being willing. And so long as you are willing to let life in, even just a little tiny crack, you will see a difference. You will feel something different. You will understand something different. You will be a little more deeply connected to your body. You will be in relationship with your body, with yourself, and with the world around you. So how can you today, what is one small way that you can let life love you? That you can look at something that is causing you some sort of unrest in your life, right? Because it's very easy to let life love us in the ways that feel good. When things go our way and we're happy and, we got the result that we wanted, that's easy to let life love us. we don't seem to run from that, right? But we do run from the places where it feels more challenging. And what's dropping in too, right, is one of the ways that we do run from when life is giving us something good. It's making me think of how I could never accept a compliment. I was so caught in my pain and delusion of my unworthiness that if somebody paid me a compliment about, something even simple as my hair, like, oh, your hair looks good today. The immediate thought in my mind in rebuke to that, or, in response to that, inside my head would be, oh, they're probably lying because they feel bad for me and they're trying to make me feel better. And this was kind of across the board. Anytime anybody said anything good about me, could not receive it, right? Life was trying to love me in these beautiful ways, and I couldn't even receive that because it meant that I had to feel something. I had to feel embarrassed. I had to feel shame. I had to feel my unworthiness, and I did everything I could to run away from it. So even when the good came in, I couldn't absorb it because it needed to go through all the other things first. And because I was so unwilling to feel those, they were always there blocking the joy as well as the uncomfortableness, right? Everything made me uncomfortable. So that's why I drank, because then it was way less uncomfortableness to feel. So let life love you today. Even just a little crack, like as if, the moment when the sun starts to creep above the horizon in the morning and that early light of dawn starts to just bask everything in gold. Let it be like this. Let it in. Be in relationship with yourself and your life and see all the ways that life is trying to love you alive. Mwah.